Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to Restaurant Fiction, the show, the podcast that reviews fictional restaurants, bars, and clubs in TV and film. My name is Monis Rose. How do you know this is a holiday episode? Two reasons. Number one, we got the Christmas cactus lit up right behind us, gifts under the Christmas cactus. And two, we are talking about none other than A Christmas Story. Of course, we are not breaking down the actual movie in its entirety. No. We are actually only talking about three scenes that pretty much are a 3-act structure, which pretty much are, from a story standpoint, from a filmmaking standpoint, the whole reason of why the film is so important and has legacy and has legs that will stay on the rest of time, even if it is not on reruns all the time anymore. Or at least we don't know. We don't watch TV that much. We stream it like everyone else. It's because of the food scenes. We're going to be breaking them down. We are going to be reviewing them. So let's start.
Faded? Cut to.
Exterior. Interior.
Restaurant?
Bar. Club.
Day.
Night.
Action!
First Restaurant Fiction was invited inside the Parker residence, where we dined on mashed potatoes, red cabbage, and meatloaf. As a former chef, what is the true way to make sure your food is good? Well, number one, people are eating it. Number two, people are eating it. And number three, people are eating it. In this case, the food that was served, some people were eating it. However, others were not. They were playing with it, especially the mashed potatoes. That is a sign. Are they good? That is relative. Tomato. Why it is important? Because you see, the mashed potatoes are served as pretty much the ultimate prop to see the family dynamic, to see how the Parkers really truly react and to one another, or are proactive to one another. What are they going to do? You have the matriarch using Jedi mind tricks and propaganda to spin her own son into a pig to make him, or to get him motivated to eat. Does he necessarily eat? No, he just puts his nose in the mashed potatoes and laughs. You have the patriarch, who reads the paper, and then you have Ralphie, who judges with that leer and that sneer and that snicker. The food is bland. And you can tell from this moment, this family wants something more than bland. They want something more than the meatloaf, the mashed potatoes, and the red cabbage. It doesn't matter how spiced or fusion or gourmet it is, which it is not. They need something more. And so then, the Parker residence, we were invited. This was more of a very personal invitation to when the Parkers really wanted to do or practice clean cooking, clean eating. And it was in the most on-the-nose, direct sense. We are not talking about, kale and avocado toast and Mediterranean diet and grains and slow cooking and all of that and all the other crazes clean eating. No. We're not talking about macro and micros. No, we're talking about literally soap in the mouth. Motherfucking soap in the mouth. You cannot get cleaner than that type of clean eating. Because if you really want to eat clean, suds in the mouth. What does it taste like?
I found palm olive had a nice, piquant after-dinner flavor, heady, but with just a touch of mellow smoothness.
It tastes like soap. Is it digestible? Is it edible? Does it really do the job? Well, it'll sure make one's therapist very, very, very happy, because that's where the trauma starts. And finally, for the third act, we were invited to 2 Christmas Eve dinners with the Parkers. Number 1 was the turkey dinner, which actually we were led to believe we were going to eat one of the most beautiful looking turkeys we have ever seen. Unfortunately, the neighbor's dogs ate it, which, by the way, they gave a 5-star review. To each their own, we'll let them have it. For us, even though it wasn't about the turkey, it was all about the duck. Yes, we all went to one of the only restaurants that is open and still open to this day on Christmas Eve. That is the Chop Suey Company. You know it because it's right by the bowling neon sign, where inside was all about the theatrics and the show. We got the Christmas carolers inside, waiters acting as carolers, now acting back as waiters, which also probably were some of the back of the house staff as well. And then when the duck came out, probably just off of the hook and onto a plate, we got to see the head being chopped off. And in terms of a bevy or a huge rainbow arc of emotions, went from shock to tears to laughter. And when you reach laughter, that's love, that's peace, and that's breaking old traditions, the old boring traditions of the meatloaf, the red cabbage, and the mashed potatoes, into new traditions of amazing, glorious, crispy Peking duck and northern Chinese food, but all sorts of Chinese food on Christmas Eve for our Christmas Eve dinner forever and ever. So you see, it's not only the Jewish people who have the tradition of going to Chinese restaurants on Christmas Eve, the Goys too, or at least the Parkers. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy New Year's. A Christmas Story, hopefully, is still on basic cable. We don't know. We stream like everyone else. And if not, we do know it is on Max. Please check it out. As for all the other episodes of Restaurant Fiction, like and subscribe, and then you got them. You will always know when there is a new one. And if you want the audio version, even though this is the visual version, please like and subscribe and listen to us on Spotify and iTunes. My name is Monis Rose. Comment if you want. If you want to reach out, monis@restaurantfiction.com. See you in 2025.